Hi friends, welcome to another weekly reading vlog. If you are like you're wearing the same thing as you were wearing in your last vlog, that's because I finished the last vlog and then immediately started filming this vlog. So there's a lot going on this week, like not socially because I am a homebody and an introvert, but reading wise, there's a lot going on. So it's Monday, which means I have my sprints in just a couple of hours. I have them every Monday at 2 p.m. Central. And I am currently in the middle of, I'm currently on page 50 of Air of Fire. I've got this cute little bookmark my friend and coworker got me. So loving this. And then I'm starting Shady Hollow by Juno Black for my Real Person book club today. We have a meeting on the 17th. So I'm really excited to get into this, and I decided I'm going to annotate it and try and solve the mystery through my annotations. So we'll see how that goes. And then later this week is the Dip into Summer Readathon with Liv from Liv's Library's Patreon. So I have at least 3 books I'm gonna try and get through for that. So I could have my toe in 5 different books this week. I'm currently watching sprints with Kendall and Rachel from Bookphoria and Happy Go Lovely Sleeves, and I am dying because Rachel is in a park to read today, and there's a squirrel that just really wants to hang out with her or wants her food. I'm not 100% sure. Still trying to stick to my goal, so I'm trying to drink a lot of water today. I do put Skittle packets in my water because water talk has influenced me. And then we're gonna go walk some of our miles today because we are joining the Super Carlin brothers for their walk to Hogwarts through the app Pacer. So I've got to get some miles in. And then we're going to make an every plate dinner for dinner tonight. Well, unfortunately, I started sprints. We got about 40 minutes in and then it started thunderstorming and it kicked me off the internet and it keeps coming back on and back off. So we just ended it early. Trying to solve the mystery still. We're getting nice and tabbed up. I even made coffee. Oh well. It's like 7-ish, heading to the apartment gym. Gonna walk for somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour. I brought Air of Fire with me. I just walked on a 10% incline for an hour. So my distance isn't that far. I went 2.5 miles for 61 minutes at a 10% incline and I am disgusting now. I read 1 chapter of Air of Fire and then I watched the discussion during Kendall's sprints. You gonna hang out with me while I read? That's so kind. Oh my gosh. It is now Tuesday. It's really hard to keep up with the days sometimes in the summer, and that's probably a really cliche thing for teachers to say, but it's true. This has nothing to do with summer. It was just clean. It says, let's go, ghouls. Could wear it during Summerween next month, couldn't I? Let's talk about what I want to read today, because I am in the mood to read this right now. I have Shady Hollow on my desk with all the annotating tabs, and I really like it, but I'm not annotating this one. I just am reading it. And so this one feels like fun. And I read that 1 chapter on the treadmill yesterday and then came home and started another chapter and got tired. Surprise. I didn't even take melatonin last night and I was tired. And that says a lot. I feel like my body is finally catching up to what sleep is supposed to be like. And it hasn't felt like that since I had COVID in February. I know I keep bringing that up, but like it was a definite shift in my life. But I really want to read Air of Fire. We got introduced to Manon in this book, and I am obsessed with her point of view, and I hope it stays like that. I am a Throne of Glass newbie, so please don't spoil anything for me. Everything is happening for the first time, and I'm loving it. I'm living for it. I'm here for it. This is really fun. Her writing is so much better in this book versus the first 2 books, and that makes me glad that I stuck with it. In other news, I really wanted to spend some time at the pool this week, but this is what the weather is looking like, so I don't know if that's gonna happen. And then of course, we're gonna go to the treadmill later and get some miles in for my challenge. This sounds crazy, but I would like to walk 5 miles today because it'll get me to the next checkpoint, and I'm obsessed with hitting the next checkpoints. So we made it to the Trolley Witch, and next is the Broom Store. After I finish this, which who knows that if that's gonna be today or tomorrow or in 2 days, I wanna go ahead and start one of my books for the Dip into Summer readathon, because every book that I picked for that readathon is long. And the only way I'm gonna finish it is if I go ahead and start it. And we're also gonna make some dinner together tonight. So it's a really chill Tuesday, but I like it that way. Back again. My legs are pasty white. Welcome to my post-walk chit-chat time. I'm really liking the way that I'm doing this workout. So before I got COVID, when I was working out very consistently, I would come here and do the 12-3-30 quite often, and that's a great workout. I am not at the point right now where I can not hold on if I'm on an incline. So what I'm doing is for the first 5 minutes, I'm walking at a 2% incline, and I just keep it at a 3 miles per hour pace no matter what. And then after I'm warmed up, I hit it to 6% incline for 5 more minutes. And then for the middle 40 minutes, I keep it between a 10 and 12% incline, and I get drenched in sweat by this point, and then I knock it back down the same way that I knocked it up at the beginning. And like I said, it gets me quite sweaty and it feels really good. And I've been watching live shows or reading sprints. I've tried to bring my book here, but the text is too small and the book is too heavy for me to leave it back there. So I either need to get a book on my Kindle. Someone came in while I was vlogging, and that was awkward. So sorry for the interruption to what I was saying, but I feel like I need to get a book on my Kindle so I can blow the text up to read it both at the gym and also at the pool, because I was thinking about the fact that I need to order some new contacts and they can take a while to come in. And so if I go to the pool and I want to wear my sunglasses, I can't wear my glasses. So I need something I can blow up to like the extreme level of vision for my blind eyes. I'm very invested in air fryer right now because Manon is so cool, and there's wyverns, and that's cool too. Welcome to my small and chaotic kitchen. But today we're gonna make this for dinner. It's my last Every Plate meal that I haven't made. I don't have like sponsorship with them or anything, because clearly like my channel is teeny tiny, but I do have a code that if you want a box, you can get a box, and then I think I get a cheaper box, and so we all win. But this is blistered tomato and feta penne, and it's got some kale in there too. It's my last one. Sounds like it's gonna be really good, so let's make it. Some pasta cooking right over here, and then over here we've got some tomatoes that I blistered up first. Kale, I did not use all the kale that came with it because I don't love kale, but I do like adding a little bit of green, and I know that that's going to cook down a lot. Garlic, Italian seasoning, and salt and pepper, and then we'll come back in a little bit and add all the cheese. I know the lighting's not wonderful, but there we have it. I did add a little bit of extra leftover mozzarella I had for a different meal and some red pepper flakes, but it smells heavenly. I'm gonna go eat, and then I'm gonna read. Cat owners, do your cats just ever keep you up all night? Because that was my life last night, and I just want to go back to sleep. Hi friends. It's a little bit later on Tuesday. I had breakfast. I'm still exhausted. I've already had coffee and I've got a Diet Coke here. But today is one of those days where I don't have anywhere to go. I have no expectations on me today. So I would just like to see how much of Air of Fire that I can get read. I'm currently on a page. I forgot to put my bookmark in before I went to sleep last night. I'm on page 129, chapter 17. And, you know, I've got the Dip into Summer readathon coming up this weekend, and I would like to be done with this book before that. Did I say it was Tuesday? It's Wednesday. I'm really enjoying this book, so we thrive in. Shady Hollow I can take my time with a little bit because my book club meeting is not until June 17th, which is not this Saturday but next Saturday. So I can slow that down if I want to. I would love to be at the pool today, but we're supposed to have showers in the middle of the day, so I don't know what that's about. But basically until my walk, I'm planning on reading with some pauses for lunch and to make dinner, but it's gonna be a pretty boring day. All right, guys, it's like 3 p.m. now. For anyone who wonders, because I notice it very much when I'm editing, I do have a dark spot on my forehead. And when I first started vlogging, I was like, I'm gonna cover it up every day. But no, I'm not gonna do that because it's part of my skin, and while I do have skincare that's supposed to help treat it, it's also a part of my skin. So we put sunscreen on it and it's part of who I am. So hello, dark spot. But air fire. I have been reading with a Pomodoro timer on YouTube for a couple of hours now. I will admit that around noon I took a nap because I told y'all I was tired because of the cats. Yep, I took a nap. But then I woke up and I've been reading. So I started on page 127 and I am now on page 223. Look at that progress. I still have the same feelings. I really, really like it. I don't remember if I told y'all this yesterday, but pretty much every POV other than Selena is my favorite. And I do like Selena, please don't get me wrong. I just think that she can be annoying and whiny sometimes. She's also 19, and sometimes 19-year-olds are annoying and whiny. Sometimes they're not, but sometimes they are. Really, I just want to sit here and read for a bunch of time. Like, I'm not saying I could finish this today if I stay dedicated to the calls, but I am saying I could get pretty far. I'm gonna do one more Pomodoro session though, and then I'm going to fold some more laundry because, surprise, I'm still catching up on laundry, and put that laundry away, and then I'm gonna make dinner at some point today and go do my my treadmill walk. It's happening every day because I don't want to get behind and have to do like 6 miles in one day. I want to be able to finish this. And the Skittle water of the moment, because I know you're all wondering about my Skittle water. We have got a strawberry and a green apple Skittle pack in here right now. And it's like sweet and tart, and it is perfect. When I was a teenager, I worked at a Snow Biz, which is like a snow cone hut. And we had a flavor called Frog in a Blender, which I hate that name, but the flavor was called Frog in a Blender, and it was strawberry and green apple. So that's what it reminds me of. Let's get back to reading though. Also, I'm at Abraxos, and oh my gosh, I'm in love. So not really a change of plans because I'm still going to be doing what I wanted to do, but I have a friend coming over in a little bit. But I'm still going to go to the gym and walk for my hour. And I was talking yesterday about how I needed a Kindle book for the treadmill. So we're going to start Juniper Hill by Devney Perry, which is a contemporary romance The first one had a little bit of like a murder mystery in it as well, so I'm hoping this one does too, because the like romance and mystery was really fun to read about. Also, I finally have everything cleaned off in my laundry area, which is behind those mirrors. One of the mirrors is cracked. I did that like the week I moved in, so go me, which was 5 years ago. But it feels so good to have that area cleaned up, and I don't have to like try and hide it from the camera anymore. What I am about to do though is put some chicken in my Instant Pot on slow cook for a couple of hours, because I'm going to be making some tikka masala curry. It's like my own version of it, but I'm going to be making that tonight, and having the chicken somewhat ready will already make this recipe easier. Dinner and Ted Lasso. Good morning. Happy Thursday. To anybody that is like, why do you always straighten your hair? This is what it looks like if I just let it dry. I've tried to get it cut to like dry better on its own. I've tried curly products, nothing helps. It just is so much hair. Messy, but better. Let's talk about plans for today. First of all, there is a cat on my lap. I also need to film my May wrap up today and get that edited so it can go up tomorrow. I'm reading Air Fire still. I got pretty much halfway through last night. I think I'm on chapter 29 now. Oh no, I'm on chapter 30. Can you tell I forgot a bookmark last night? See, that looks like halfway, right? So halfway through that, I read 2 chapters of Juniper Hill while I was on the treadmill yesterday. I only walked for 30 minutes yesterday since I had a friend coming over and I didn't want to just neglect them. We watched the first episode of the new season of Ted Lasso, and I stinking love Ted Lasso. And I know that there's like some adult content in that show, but I wish I could show parts of it to my students to talk about like what makes a good leader and how to handle negative and mean comments from friends or frenemies or people we don't like, because that show does such a good job of emphasizing kindness over cruelness. And I don't know, I really appreciate that show for so many reasons. I actually might go to the pool today because for the first time this week it's supposed to be a lovely day. Right, Zelda? Y'all can't hear her, but she is purring. Here's the aftermath of filming. It could be worse. Let's discuss the current plan of action. I need to charge my phone for a second, and then we're gonna go get an icy and go to the pool and read this. Now I'm blind as a bat, and I don't want to wear my glasses to the pool because I want to wear sunglasses. So lucky me, A Man Called Uva is on Scribd. So gonna take my headphones down there and just have a lovely time sipping on my icy, reading my book. It's still recording.
If you ride with me, I gotta work for the both of us. I'll put you in the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry and I'm in love. When you ride with me.
First of all, I know I've never looked cuter. But I'm back from the pool, and what a successful reading time I had there. The first thing I noticed is that in daylight, I can read better without my glasses. So I was able to like get in the pool and read because there's like this little built-in bench in the pool, and I like to take my books there and just sit there and cool off. But then when I was just lounging on the chair, I listened on the audiobook, and I got like 113 pages read, and it's 336 pages, I believe. So I'm probably gonna finish that today. I'm gonna be honest. There's reading sprints tonight, and I imagine putting my headphones on and doing happy color, having a great time. And what I'm about to do now is edit tomorrow's video, which is my May wrap up. So busy evening, but it's gonna be good. I think I'm gonna make some stuffed peppers for dinner tonight. let's go. I'm reading on sprints, still listening to Uva while I do some happy color, but A Man Called Uva. I think this is why I'm loving it so much, aside from the fact that I just love Frederick Bachman and his writing. It's immaculate. But Uva is like Mr. Monk, which we know is my favorite TV show, mixed with the old man from The Couple in Up. Tell me I'm wrong. That's who he is. And it is sad and it is heartbreaking, but at the same time, there's a layer of sweetness there. I read 50 pages on the last sprint. I really think I'm going to finish it tonight. It's so good. I would say it's Thursday evening, but it's technically Friday morning, which means it's technically day one of the Dip into Summer readathon. And I listened to all of A Man Called Uva today, and my heart is destroyed. Come here. I don't know what to do. Good morning. It is the official kickoff of the Dip into Summer readathon today, but I started mine yesterday. So I've already read one book, A Man Called Uva. I put my very intense emotional reaction on here last night. Do you ever cry going to sleep and you wake up and your eyes feel bruised and heavy and sore? Because that's how I feel today. It's not a great feeling. Like, my eyes are tired, and it's not from reading because I listened to most of the book. But y'all, it was so good. Frederick Bachman never fails to amaze me, but that book was beautiful and heart-wrenching and fantastic, and I just loved it so much. But because it's a readathon, we have to move on, because normally I feel like that kind of book would put me in a book slump, in a book hangover, but we can't let that happen because we got 2 more books on the agenda. And so we're gonna pick up what I think is gonna be the most fast-paced book today, and that is The Last Word by Taylor Adams. This book is a thriller, and it's been a hot second since I read a thriller. And Taylor Adams did no wrong with No Exit, and then I didn't read Hairpin Bridge because I feel like most of us kind of wish that we could just skip over that one. I've heard really, really good things, that this is like unputdownable, bingeable, and that's exactly what I need today. It's like a typical thriller-sized book. And then Tress of the Emerald Sea is my last one. We'll see if I finish that book. Here's to a thriller. I'm sure I will be updating you as I get thrilled. So I just got ready because I decided that it would be helpful for me to have sprints this afternoon. And so since nobody was doing sprints this afternoon, I'm not doing sprints this afternoon. So I'm gonna take this into it. I really feel like I can fly through this. I read No Exit in one sitting, and that was like 2 or 3 years ago. Hi again, friends. I just got off of reading sprints, reading The Last Word. I started at page 0, and I am now at page 112. So that was very productive for me. Only had a few people hop on, but that's totally okay because they were like last minute. I just decided this morning I was going to do them. So some thoughts on The Last Word. Taylor Adams is back, baby. We've got No Exit vibes, the whole like cat and mouse. Whoo, I told the people who were sprinting with me that I literally finished part 1 and got up and had to like double check that my front door was locked because I was getting the creeps. So we're following our main character, Emma. She's really sad and really pitiful. We haven't gotten like her full backstory yet, but we definitely know that she's dealing with some sort of grief. So she is house sitting for this person that she's never met on this beach, and it's the off season because she got a Merry Christmas text from the owner of the house. But it's just her and her dog, Laika. She's really just like spending her time doing nothing but downloading the cheapest book she can find for her Kindle. And she downloads this one book called Murder Mountain, and it's awful. Her neighbor suggested it to her. They've never met or talked in person, but they like It reminded me of Beach Read. Like, they hold up whiteboard messages and play hangman with each other. And he was like, if you're bored, you should read this book called Murder Mountain. And so she downloaded it, and it was awful. And she left it a scathing 1-star review. And the author reached out to her and was like, hey, take it down. And then he got more and more aggressive with his commands to tell her to take it down. And she keeps refusing. What starts is just like this email interaction starts this whole, like, now she's scared for her life thing. Ooh, it's a mess. Like, it's a well organized and finely constructed mess, but it's a mess, and I'm having a great time. Hey guys, wow, my voice. It's about 9:15 on Saturday morning now. I'm so stinking tired, but I've read 2 books in 2 days, so there's that. I did finish The Last Word last night. I haven't put the dust jacket back on yet. This is by Taylor Adams. If you didn't know, this is my book of the month copy. This book was wild, which I expected after reading No Exit and not reading Hairpin Bridge. Full content warnings you might want to look up. But what's really interesting is this book and A Man Called Uva had more similarities than I was expecting them to. I need to start Tress of the Emerald Sea. I don't know if anyone else is like this. I think I saw Darling Desi talk about this in a video, but like, I fall asleep with all of my books and cats in my bed with me. Like, I'm done with this book. I'm done with this book. I wasn't actively even reading on my Kindle, and I had to put this one down for the readathon, but I slept with all of them. Relatable or not? I don't know. Welcome to my getting ready spot again. So this morning I've already read 1 chapter of Tress of the Emerald Sea, which is not a big deal because it was like 2.5 pages, but I already really like it. I feel like Brandon Sanderson's writing style is so much more leaning into like cozy fantasy in this one than normal. And I'm pretty sure he has said that an inspiration for this book was The Princess Bride, and I totally feel that, having both seen the movie like 1.5 million times, but also having read the novel. It definitely has a feeling like that. And I don't know much yet at all. I've gotten 2 pages of information, but we have Tress, which is a nickname, not her real name. Her real name is Glorf. And she lives on this island that she's not allowed to leave. And the sea is not made of water. It's made of these like poisonous alien spores that when they get wet, they will kill you. And so the government, the royalty, I can't remember if it's a monarchy or if it's a government, whatever, they've been like, nobody who lives on the rock is allowed to leave. And Tress is happy with that. She's like, I'm just content here to collect my cups and sip tea and never leave. And you know, as a homebody, I feel ya, Tress, I feel ya. Let's talk about today though. I feel like this vlog has been a little bit messy and unstructured, and for that, I apologize. It is a goal of mine to kind of streamline my vlogs a little bit more so I know what content I'm filming each day for the vlog. Obviously, reading updates are like organic and natural, and you don't want to like plan your reading updates, but like other stuff like my treadmill walks or like if I'm making food or anything, I just want it to be a little bit more structured and put together. So while this one might be a hot mess, please know I'm working on it. I did not walk the last 2 days, and I know that when I check my Pacer app to see where I am in my walk to Hogwarts, it's going to tell me I'm like 3 miles behind. So I know that we need to go on a walk later, and I'm about to make the TikTok sandwich. All right, for this recipe, you need the following things. Something to mix a bunch of stuff in. I'm just using this mug. You need bread of your choice. This is sourdough. Cheese and meat, deli meat, whatever of your choice. It would also be good as a vegetarian option. You don't have to include the meat. Banana peppers, either sliced red onions, or I found some pickled red onions at the store yesterday, so I'm just going to use these. Italian dressing, or people have been using red wine vinegar or balsamic vinegar. Mayo of your choice. I actually found Kewpie mayo at Walmart yesterday, and I've never tried it, so we're going to try it in this recipe. And shredded lettuce, and also salt and pepper. So I already have my bread. I don't know that you can see it. It's on the stove back there getting a little bit toasty. But what we're going to do is we're going to take whatever we are combining. There is no measurement process to this. You're just gonna take some of your shredded lettuce and you're gonna put it in here. A little bit of the red onions or the sliced red onions. I love pickled red onions. Oh my gosh, they smell so good. Take your banana peppers, same thing, measure with your heart. I like a lot of banana peppers because it really makes it taste like an Olive Garden salad. Scoop-de-scoop. Mayo, do a ton of mayo, just enough. Your dressing. This is like the star of the show to me. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. We're gonna mix it up. It's gonna be like a slaw. All right, and now we're just gonna build our sandwich. So I'm gonna do a slice and a half of cheese. I got some mesquite smoked turkey breast. Again, you can use whatever kind of meat or no meat at all. It's all up to you. And then we just load our slaw onto our sandwich. Beautiful. I'm gonna have my sandwich with some of this popcorn. This is the lesser evil Himalayan sweetness. It's got like sweet popcorn and salty popcorn in it, and it is delicious. And it's really, really low calorie. The sandwich is not really low calorie, so just gonna throw that out there. Perfect. What a lunch. I don't know how to make recipes look aesthetic, but there she is. Y'all, the sandwich is so good. Like, I don't know if you believe me or not. It is incredible and you should try it. I just napped so hard that I didn't think it was possible. Like 3-hour nap, guys. And then I had a dream. Like, I woke up to my phone buzzing and it was the Discord for the readathon. But in my dream, it was my friend sending me pictures of my nostrils. But I'm up now. I only got like 30 pages into Tress of the Emerald Sea before I was like, I have to take a nap. I'm supposed to be finishing that book today. That's not gonna happen. And I also still need to go on a walk. So the door with the lock pad was open when I got here. That's not ominous at all. It's another day on the gym floor with me. This place technically closes in like 30 minutes, so I'm glad I got my walk in. I did just over 3 miles. I watched some YouTube videos. I listened to my favorite podcast, which is funny because it's Popcorn Culture, which is the same podcast that's sponsoring the walk competition. So I needed to get to 19.7 miles total today, and I had to walk right around 3 miles to get there. So I did it. I got so tired of being on the treadmill at the end. Look, this is how much I'm sweating. Fog is building up in my glasses, but I got so tired at like the last 0.4 miles that I was just like, I'm tired of being on the treadmill. And I just decided I was gonna run the rest. I am not in the same shape I was when I ran a half marathon in 2020. And so I felt silly running, but I did it. And I'd kind of like to incorporate that back in a little bit. I'm gonna go back home and watch A Man Called Otto, curl up with my cats, cry a little bit, go to sleep, and then we'll finish Tress tomorrow, which, speaking of, I got to part 3. I said I wasn't gonna come to the gym until I got to part 3, and it's really fun. It's cozy, it's swashbuckling, there's talking animal companions, there's pirates, and there's just like a charming little love story at the heart of it, and it's a nice change in pace from emotionally heavy or thriller, like on the edge of my seat, feeling anxious. It's just a nice little calm moment, and I think it's a good way to end the readathon. I completely forgot that the Tony Awards are tonight, and for a theater nerd like me, this is my Super Bowl. So I'm a happy girl, but I don't know that I'm gonna finish this because of the Tonys. I'm reading during commercial breaks, guys. I am. Please trust me. Real talk for just a second, my friends. It is almost 10 p.m. on Sunday night, which means I have to wrap up the vlog. I did not finish Tress of the Emerald Sea, which makes me sad. But here's why it doesn't make me sad. I wanted to celebrate the Tonys tonight, and theater is just as much of a passion of mine as reading is. And so taking time to appreciate all of my passions and not getting burnt out on one of them is important. So am I sad that I didn't finish Tress? Sure. Is there time to finish it? Yeah, absolutely. I'm probably going to read some more tonight, but I have to start editing this vlog because I have like 49 clips that I took this week, which is ridiculous. So I'm going to do better next week, and the vlog will not be this chaotic next week. But let's talk about what I did read, because it was a very chaotic reading week. I don't know why. I normally stick to 1 to 2 books, but not this week. Shady Hollow, I read like 4 chapters. Listened to all of A Man Called Uva. Absolutely loved it. Bawled my eyes out. Loved it so much I had to watch the movie. Book is about an old cranky man. Think Mr. Monk meets the old man from Up. He's really cranky. He's really sad, but there's so much joy buried deep, deep, deep in his heart, and he just needs the right people to bring it out and the right cat to bring it out. I loved this book. 5 stars forever. Air of Fire. I'm like 60% through this book. It's going to be a focus in next week's vlog. Tress of the Emerald Sea. I'm 40% through it. It's really cute. Princess Bride meets Treasure Planet meets Pirates of the Caribbean meets Ratatouille. The Last Word. Finished this book too. It's crazy. It's unhinged. It's a really good time. 4.5 stars. Yeah, 4.5. And that's all the books that got some reading in. Oh, Juniper Hill on my Kindle, because I took that one to the gym one day and I read 2 chapters of that. I'm going to work on getting my reading condensed next week. Next week I have to read Shady Hollow because book club meeting is Saturday. I'm tired. I'm going to make a plan for vlogging next week. This can be better. If you watched all the way to the end of this, leave me a pirate flag for Tress. And have a great week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you want more bookish content from me, make sure to like and comment and subscribe. And all my social media, as always, is linked down below, and I will see you in the next one.